everyone. I am going to be trying my hand at these reading vlog things. I dropped my husband off at the airport this morning. He is going to go visit family and I am going to be here by myself. So I just thought I would try one of these and see how it goes. I finished this morning Ready or Not by Cara Stone and I gave it 3 stars because overall it just was not my favorite. Whenever I'm in a romance reading mood, I always pick one up and then I'm like, yeah, I kind of want something else. So I kind of just trudged through this and it was what it was, just kind of fine and okay. I will not remember anything from this. I feel like the main character was kind of annoying. It just didn't stick out to me. Like it just wasn't very fun. So we're just gonna move on from this. For my next read, I really wanted to pick up The Bright Years because I've had this on my TBR since January. Like for so long. What really intrigues me about this is the whole family secrets because I like seeing how authors do family secrets differently. Sometimes they can be very similar to other books and then it doesn't stick out and it's just, you've read that story before. So that's what this has and I'm very interested to see how this author does that, especially with it being her debut book. It is the next day. I was just running a few errands this morning, but I did read a little bit this morning and wow. In The Bright Years, we are following Lillian and Ryan and they are a married couple and basically what is happening throughout their marriage. I'm not far. I'm only 53 pages in, I think I was, and already a lot has happened. They started off their marriage very close and just like honeymoon phase for pretty much years, it seems. And then they just went through something that kind of is shifting their dynamic in their marriage that is making it hard to be together because they are experiencing this one thing very differently. I'm really liking the writing of this. It's very lyrical and poetic, and for me, being a songwriter, that is the writing that I like to experience. It's very hard to believe that this is a debut novel, but I'm only 50-ish pages in and I do not want that to be over and I want to read every book that the author will put out. It is just a very stormy day here. It is thundering. That is the go-ahead from God to read my book all day. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna read a little bit more, hopefully get a little bit further. I just feel like with a lot of literary fiction, the writing and storytelling can be very similar, just in the sense of the way that sentences are formed and characters are created, but this feels different. So I'm really enjoying it so far. This is what I find interesting about her writing. So Ryan, the husband, is a painter, and this is one of the sentences. He sighs from the top of an octave to the bottom of it, and he says nothing else. Only stares at me like I'm a paint color he can't name. Okay, couple paragraphs later. By the glow of the stove light, he brews tea and asks questions that I answer honestly. Sorrow colors his face. She's using these paint-related descriptions about him. And that's just so interesting because you don't even have to make it that poetic. You don't even have to make it relating to paint. This is another example of how amazing her writing is. I hold guilt as close as a lever and throw myself entirely into being the best possible mom for Georgette. I don't mean to choose her over everyone else, but it's a choice made deep in my bones. And this is how I manage to miss it as my husband's eyes begin to hollow out like craters. kind of insane. I don't think I filmed anything yesterday. My mom and I were just out and about, and then I had a writer's round last night, so I did some reading, but something just happened in the book that I feel like kind of came out of nowhere, to where it was random, and then how it happened was just so quick, like literally within a paragraph, and then we just move on, but then watch the repercussions of this thing. I feel like I need time to sit with what has happened. I'm already knowing that this book is probably gonna leave me sad, so I went on Kindle and I picked out a romance just for like a palate cleanser, because I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time after this book is done. I think I just need something light and happy, because this doesn't seem like it's gonna end well. This is not gonna end well. I'm doing okay. Okay, I'm gonna be so honest. I forgot I was filming this video because there has been a lot of life turnover since the last clip. So my husband started a new job, and we've just been getting him situated for that and getting him ready for everything that's to come with his new work. So that has been my focus, and also I'm releasing an album, so that is also my focus. So here we are, but I'm here to update The Bright Years. I ended up giving The Bright Years 5 stars, which this is now my second 5-star book of 2025. The book is told from 3 point of views. So you have the mom, the daughter, and then the dad. And just what unfolds is, I imagine for some people, a very true story, with the dad dealing with what he has to deal with, and then he chooses to step away from the family for the sake of them to better himself. And then it's kind of like the mom and daughter, and then the grandma, the dad's mom, intertwined in all that. She's helping out with family stuff, childhood love and familial problems and grief, and just like such a great story. I said in my review on Goodreads, I said for my thoughts on the book, I said no words, and I'm still having trouble finding words for this book because it truly was just a masterpiece. Like, I just loved the way that the author wrote the book, and I already said what specifically I liked about it in previous clips. I cannot wait for this author to put out more books. Since finishing The Bright Years, I have also finished Before We Were Strangers, which was a soft DNF from a couple years ago, but I ended up picking it up again because it was on Kindle Unlimited. And I gave that book 4 stars. It's just kind of young love and secrets and college years, and then after college, figuring out what you want to do with your life, and then going separate ways, and then coming back years later. Like, it was just kind of one of those stories. Now I'm currently reading The Crash by Frida McFadden. So far, a lot has happened, but nothing has happened, and this is why her books just kind of frustrate me. It's interesting because the 2 books that I've read before from her were published in 2022 and 2023. And so reading a new release that came out this year, her writing has not changed at all. I feel like when you pick up a new book by one of your favorite authors, you want to see some improvement, but also their classic writing style, but just like that they keep getting better and better. And she's just kind of remained the same. Like, I'm not really seeing any improvement, anything that is getting better. I will say the one thing that I think was different about the past 2 books was that I listened to them, and audiobook narrators can make or break a book. And the 2 people, or maybe it was the same person that narrated that book, those 2 books, did not do a great job. So reading it and not having some high-pitched voice in my head narrating to me how this girl is like figuring things out, like, no. I am just gonna stick to reading it. That is what I'm currently reading. I have no idea what's coming next, reading-wise, but I will let you know. I'm really struggling with this. It's so bad. It is so bad. We're done for now. I kind of want to talk about my thoughts so far on this book. I'm on page 216, so I'm over halfway, and truly nothing is getting better. I'm trying to pinpoint what exactly about Frida McFadden's writing I cannot get on board with, and I think it's this. When a character is having a conversation with another character and they're talking about something that happened or something that they did, their next internal dialogue will be, she's not wrong, or that did happen. We know, like, we're here in the story too. Like, it's always the confirmation of what that person said was right. The next update I will give will be my final thoughts on this book, because I just need to do everything in my power to finish this book. It is a couple days later. I have completely forgotten to video me reading One Golden Summer, but I just finished it and I'm giving this 5 stars. This is the follow-up story to Every Summer After, which takes place in Barry's Bay. Charlie, the main character in this book, is the brother of Sam in that book. And when I read that 3 years ago, back when that book came out, I gave that book 5 stars. I was just so in love with the story, with the characters, the setting. I just loved pretty much everything about the first book. It felt like a true continuation of Every Summer After, whereas the last 2 books that she released that I did not like didn't even feel like her writing. It felt like there was no chemistry on the pages, and it just felt very distant for some reason. So this one was just amazing. I highly recommend reading Every Summer After and then reading One Golden Summer, just so it makes sense. So this is crazy because I have never read 2 5-star books in 1 month. I'm very stingy with my 5 stars. It has to be like right book, right time, and everything about it has to be perfect. The setting, the characters, the energy. Like, I need to be thinking about this book 24/7 as I am outliving my life, and that definitely was this book. I was just constantly thinking about it. I loved it so much I forgot to get video of me reading it. I was just so entranced. This was quite an experience. If you don't know, I'm a singer and songwriter and I live in Nashville, so I'm pursuing music and I'm working on my debut album right now, getting it released and promoting it and all that kind of stuff. So that is my priority right now, not reading or filming reading vlogs. But this was fun. This was a cool little trial, I guess you could say. Overall, it was a success in the reading vlog, having 2 5 stars. What was it? 1 4-star and then 1 1-star, but I don't even care. I feel like the 2 5 stars cancels all that out. Let me know in the comments what you are reading right now, what you're looking forward to reading, if you've read any of these books or if you're going to pick them up. But I have a lot more videos coming, more so centered around music and my album. So be on the lookout for that, coming out June 27th. I am so excited. I will see you guys very soon. Bye.